Hello and welcome, my beautiful friends. Today we're going to talk about the Wizard Monkey. This is my new series where I talk about each tower individually. I talk about the good upgrades for him, the bad things about him, when you should use him, and even if you should use this tower at all. So we're going to go over everything involving him, everything that I know about this tower, and hopefully you guys can learn something or pick something up about this. This is probably not for pros as much, but maybe you guys can learn something about this. So we're just going to play quick play, we're going to do a regular assault mode battle, and we're going to be using, again, the Wizards. The Monkey Apprentice. I know some people call it the Monkey Apprentice. I love calling them the Wizards. They're little wizard monkeys, they make magic stuff. So this guy's got a pretty solid record, he's 24-6. We get a really long map here, so it's going to be fairly efficient. Also, we need to talk about what kind of towers go in, kind of combine with the Wizard Monkey to be an efficient tower. So, of course, I always get a banana farm. That's my thing. I love banana farms. In this scenario, we're going to need something with grouped popping power, so I'm going to go with a submarine today as my grouped popping power. I feel like they're fairly efficient, and of course, our random tower, we get a Taxter, which is another really good tower for grouped popping power. So we're going to have more than enough grouped popping power. That's the biggest weakness of the Wizard. I'd like to mention that because I know a lot of you guys probably use the Wizards. They're a really good tower because they can pop leads, they can pop camos, they can pop a lot of things in the early game that a lot of other towers can't, especially when you get them up to a lightning wizard. So they're really good starter towers that can pop all types of balloons, and that's why a lot of people like them. So I'm going to use my wizard. I'm going to put him right here. And I chose this spot so I can shoot down straight lines as well as once I get my lightning up, he's going to be super duper effective. So the biggest weakness to the wizards, if I do use banana farms as my starting thing, they really can't pop the grouped balloons as well as you might think. Even as a 1-1 wizard, they're not that efficient. But this is the way I always start off my games. I try and get a lightning wizard as fast as possible. If possible, I don't like to get the fireball upgrade. I love the lightning. It's just really, really effective in the early game. But let's talk about each upgrade individually. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can make this series a little bit better, I'd really appreciate it. Throw them down in the comments down there. I always love to learn, and I always like to help you guys. So that's the plan. So, let's talk about him. As a 0-0 wizard, he's terrible. He's one of the worst towers in the game. For example, he can pop 2 balloons per shot, and he shoots pretty slow. If you pick a Dart Monkey instead, he can pop 1 balloon per shot, but shoots fast, and he's way cheaper. So Dart Monkeys are the way to go. Or Ninjas. A 0-0 Ninja, he can pop camos already, and he shoots really fast, and he pops 2 balloons per shot. So, like, yeah, you never want to stick with just a 0-0 wizard. Or a 0-0 wizard. Yeah, he's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But once you start getting some upgrades, he gets kind of fun. So this is the cool thing about it. The way the wizard works is, it's one of the only towers where each upgrade that you get for him adds to the arsenal of things he already learns or things he already uses to attack. So instead of, for example, a Dart Monkey where you upgrade him from 0-1 to 0-2 and he just gets more popping power with this single shot, this guy, he has his magic shot, and then he gets a fireball shot, which shoots out an extra explosion. Then he gets a lightning bolt, which he shoots out a regular bolt, an explosion bolt, and now he shoots out lightning. Then on top of that, he can shoot out fire if you get the fire thing, or you can get a tornado. So he has a lot of versatility and a lot of cool things about him. That's why I like the wizard a lot. So we're already on round 8, so we have to be a little bit careful at this point. Now this is where if people do start rushing you with regular yellows or something, it can get a little bit crazy. So I'd recommend being at least slightly careful right around these levels. And you know what? Because we have banana farms, we can easily sell this guy and get something up if we need to. But you know what? Since I'm a fairly good microer, I don't feel stuck, or I don't feel like I'm going to die anytime soon. So I'm just going to get my wizard up a little bit more. But now we need to get something for grouped popping power. So what we're going to use is a submarine. We're just going to use a quick nuclear submarine. We're going to put him right over here. We're going to go boom, boom, boom. Submerge this bad boy, and we have to save up for $2,800. Oh crap. So we were submerged. Finally, we submerged him. So again, round 12, we don't really have any cam detection or anything. Feel free to get the fireball if you want, but usually I just chill with the lightning for a long time. And right around this point is you gotta make sure you have something like a reactor, or a ring of fire, or something like that. So there we go. Can we kill this guy? We could probably kill him, honestly, with rainbows or something like that, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm going to try and play this game out and see if he tries to rush me with anything. So I'm still going to chill with my bananas. I got a pretty solid defense so far. I got my wizard, I got my submarine. Again, pretty good combos. So let's talk about the wizard's upgrades. I know I've been going crazy with this. Finally, we get up to the 1-0 wizard, which is just a regular extra or not even extra. It's just his bolt gets stronger, so he can pop quite a few balloons per shot. I don't know the exact amount of balloons. It's not that amazing. It's like 6 or 7 or something like that. I can pop a pretty reasonable amount of balloons, but it's nothing crazy. It's not going to really help you out that much, except in the very, very early part of the game. Now, the Firebolt is a little bit different because it's an explosion, which means grouped popping power is kind of its key. And that's in addition to its regular magic bolt that it's already shooting out. So at this point, yeah, man, alright, it's kind of cool. Get a Firebolt and get that thing. That's why he's kind of a good tower. He has already 2 different attacks with just 2 sets of $300. I'm going to be slightly careful if this guy does rush me with regrow ceramics. I could be in for a little bit of trouble. So I'd probably just get a quick submarine or get my wizard up just a little bit higher. Alright, so we're already getting ready for round 18. We're going to have to get some sort of Moab popping power, right? What is the best Moab popping power tower? Well, Fire Mage. He is probably your go-to Moab popping power tower. So we're going to get a Fire Mage right over here. This guy's actually going helicopters, which is kind of interesting. And the Fire Mage, yeah, he's alright. So once we get past the 1-1 upgrades, the 0-2 upgrade for the wizard is just, after you get Fireball, is this Monkey Sense upgrade. And basically, it's kind of self-explanatory. He gets camo detection. When do you use him? When you need to get camo detection. Alright, he's only $300, so adding camo detection kind of can help out quite a bit. So almost up to that $3,600 upgrade. There we go. We're going to get the Dragon's Breath. Don't forget that the lightning bolts and everything can help your Fire Mage out. He still will shoot out the lightning after you get those upgrades. So it is kind of important to get all of the upgrades for your wizard instead of just these really high tier upgrades, like a 0-4 or a 4-0. Usually not the most effective thing to go with. Alright, so I'm going to keep this guy on strong as well, because he's our Moab popping power. The other towers are just our grouped balloon popping power. Alright, so after the lightning, or after the Monkey Sense upgrade, we also have to talk about the Lightning. The Lightning is the best upgrade for early game wizards. You don't go with a bunch of 1-1 wizards, or 0-0 wizards, 1-0 wizards, or anything weird like that. Get a Lightning Bolt wizard. Up to 2-0 or 2-1. Either way, I really don't care. But he's a really effective tower that can pop pinks, and blacks, and greens, and everything up into, including, hopefully, yellow balloons. Once you get to yellows, it gets a little bit tricky, and you probably can't defend it on most maps, but still, he's usually pretty effective. To get battle energy going, you can usually defend a lot of those things. So lightning is your, like, go-to thing. If you're going to use a wizard, use the lightning wizard. In fact, what a lot of people do is for round 13, instead of spamming some really high-level wizards like a Fire Mage or something, they'll just spam a bunch of lightning wizards. I don't recommend that. And the reason why is because regrows, because lightning wizards are really bad against regrows, because the problem is they're attacking kind of like a 3-0 boomerang. They're attacking all the balloons down one layer. And if you're having a regrow Rainbow Fest over there, they're just going to knock them all down to regrow zebras. And then guess what? We're not popping any of those balloons, any of those regrow zebras. They're just going to regrow back into regrow rainbows again. So we're getting crap tons of balloons kind of regrowing like crazy. And that's why the lightning's kind of bad. If you have enough lightning wizards, usually it takes kind of a lot of work to get through all those layers, but if you have enough lightning wizards, yeah, it might be able to handle them, but it's just kind of tough, man. It just is. It's kind of tough. So, the third tier upgrades, what's the deal with them? Well, let's get a Summon Whirlwind. So this is the Summon Whirlwind upgrade. He is basically a tower that sends back some of these balloons. Whenever you have him, I like to keep him on stronger first. The reason why I like to keep him on strong is a lot of times he'll shoot ceramics back to the beginning, and that gives us more time to pop the ceramics. So leave him on first, it usually keeps us from losing any lives, but at the same time it can get kind of tricky. So it depends, whatever you want to do. Keep him on first, keep him on strong, whatever you want to do. And then moving up to the Tempest Tornado, which isn't that much more expensive. It used to be $8,000, now it's only $4,500. It shoots back way more balloons. Now you're going to have barely any balloons getting through your defense. You can still have them overwhelm you, but it's a lot tougher for them to get through your defense. So that's why the Tempest Tornado is kind of a fun upgrade, is because he just sends all the balloons back. So if you need some more time to pop those balloons, and you have some really good towers already there, like a nuclear reactor over here, yeah, the Tempest Tornado can be kind of a fun tower to get, so let's get a Tempest Tornado. Basically, no ceramics are going to be getting through us, because now we shoot faster. Now, also, the Tempest Tornado, a lot of people don't realize it, but he does everything faster. He doesn't just shoot a Tempest Tornado. Now he does everything faster. So that's why the Tempest Tornado upgrade's kind of cool. And I feel like the wizard, if you get a Tempest Tornado, he's pretty boss. He honestly is. He can send back a lot of these balloons, but he's not good against Moab class balloons. And that's why late game, a lot of people don't end up getting him, because usually they have things that are already pretty darn good at popping these regular balloons. They don't really need a Tempest Tornado, but they're a possibility, for sure. So now let's talk about the right-sided upgrades. As you can tell, look at all these ceramics. Like, I don't even have that many good group popping power towers. I mean, I got the the submarine and the fire mage over here, but this guy's just sending them all back. We have infinite time to pop them, so it works perfectly. But anyways, moving on. You know, let's get our banana farm upgraded. We're gonna go boom, boom, boom. Now we got a 4th tier banana farm, so the amount of money that we're getting is ridiculous. So now we're going to talk about the Fire Mage. What's up with the Fire Mage? Is he good? Again, he's pretty much the only way you can get popping power with a wizard. You can get a bunch of crazy 1/1 wizards. It's too hard to do. It's usually not worth it. You're better off getting a Fire Mage and putting him on strong. He can do some pretty decent popping power. He's pretty good at popping ceramics. And overall, because he has a bunch of other support upgrades, like he has the lightning and all those other upgrades, he's usually kind of a cool tower to use. So anyways, we're actually starting to get overwhelmed a little bit with these regrows. Let's get a couple more Fire Mages. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, because we also have some Boabs coming out pretty soon as well, so we're going to make sure we have some actual Boab popping power over here. For Shiznit, man, we got to get them Boab popping power going. Also, I'm going to get 1 random submarine up to the airburst darts with advanced intel. We're going to put him on strong as well. So there we go. As you can tell, we're popping the Boabs pretty quick, and then the 4/2 wizard easily just, as soon as the Boabs pop out of that, or the ceramics pop out of the Boab, we just send them right back. We just go whoop, and they're gone. It's kind of awesome, isn't it? Alright, this guy's already having a problem against these naturals. Holy crap, boy. And then the final and last upgrade to talk about for the wizard is the Phoenix. Yeah, what's up with the Phoenix, dude? Is that an effective upgrade to get? I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't usually like using abilities that often in battles, but when you use them, they're usually pretty boss. The Phoenix is definitely a good example of a pretty boss thing, though it's better all around. That's the thing. A lot of abilities, when you use them, you're like, okay, I need to pop straight up balloons. If I use a Blade Maelstrom, we pop infinite balloons, you know, in a certain range. If we use Ground Zero, we pop all the balloons on the screen, and we still do a lot of damage to mobs and stuff like that. But for the Fire Mage, the Phoenix ability, realistically, he's just kind of good at everything. He's kind of good for balloons, he's kind of good for Moabs, he's just kind of fun to use. That's why he's kind of a fun tower, I suppose. But of course, with any ability, he goes away after time, so you can only really use him if you're in a pinch. And as an all-around guy, I mean, I don't know, he's alright. If somebody's rushing you with a crazy bunch of BFBs and stuff like that, you want to be able to defend him somehow. So since we're starting to get a little bit more problematic with these balloons, we're going to get 1 more of these Tempest Tornadoes, just in case. You know, we'll really keep them closer to the back than the front. Or closer to the middle, I guess. You know, as soon as the ceramics pop in the buzz, we want to stop them. It looks like this guy is going to have a little bit of issues with the balloons over there. He's almost dying. He's almost dying. It's kind of funny. So I think what we're going to do, we're probably going to rush this guy pretty soon, unless he's going to die to these naturals. He might die to these regrows right here. He's getting a ton of problems. So let's get another one of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And send back all those balloons. And we're going to use our double Phoenix action. Woo! Double Phoenixes. It's kind of exciting, right? So as you can tell, okay, so we've talked about all of the upgrades for our wizards. What are the weaknesses to a wizard? They don't have that many weaknesses, but the problem is their strengths aren't really that great. Like, there's a lot of towers that are way better at group popping power. There's a lot of towers that are way better at, oh, so here we go, we're actually going to kill him right here, I think. We defended these crazy ceramics, or these crazy ceramic rushes, but he will not. And we have defeated him, and we didn't know Lev's lost as well. So we're going to play 1 more game in here. The problem is, their strengths aren't that great of strengths. So, like, I guess their group popping power is not that good. Ceramic popping power, not that good. Their late game popping power, not that good. Their early game popping power, it's alright. It's like, when are they like, oh, this is the best thing for this thing? There's really not that scenario. There's not that many areas where the wizard's just like, this is the best thing. So, oh, what did I do? What did I press? I pressed challenge my friends, didn't I? Oopsie doodles. What I meant to do was press quick play, press assault mode, and just hop into a game really quick. So this game, we're going to try and go for more of a strategic rush type of defense. That's what we're going to try and do. So we got Lord Cyrus. This is probably the worst map for us, but we can make it work for us. So we're going to go... I'll still get my banana farm. I'll get the wizard. And then... what sort of other good combos can we use? Honestly, like anything, but you need mostly group popping power. So let's use a boomerang. It's a really good group popping power tower. And again, we get attack shooter. Look at that. We're just absorbing the attack shooters today. So let's do a farm start into a wizard, and then we'll get a quick lightning wizard. Oh, this guy's going to go wizards as well. So as you can tell, wizard is a fairly common tower to use. Probably also going to use at least, we'll see. Maybe I won't have to use any sets of road spikes. I'm just kind of used to it because battle arenas you get 3 free sets of stuff, but I only have 5 sets of battle energy, so I really don't want to waste it, you know? So here we go. We've got a wizard. Again, as a 0/0 tower, absolutely horrific. He's terrible. But once you get into, you know what, let's get the more bananas. Alright, even if we gotta lose some lives to do it. I think it'll help us get the lightning wizard slightly faster, actually. Because it does take a little while to get him. So here we go, the intense magic upgrade. As you can tell, it goes through quite a few balloons. I don't know, it looks like 6, 7 or something like that. It doesn't go through a crazy amount, but it does help out. But when somebody's sending out group reds against you, it usually cannot defend them all. And that's when you do have to get the fireball upgrade if you went with a farm start. So the reason why we've been annihilating a lot of these guys is because they aren't building banana farms. It's kind of sad. Even though this is kind of a tough banana farm level, they're not building banana farms, and we get a really easy run through. So again, what are the best combos with the wizard? Submarine, attack shooter, boomerang, maybe mortar if you really want to, but I usually don't like going with the mortar with the wizards because you already have camo popping power, so you usually don't need to combine it with a mortar. Plus, mortars have a lot of weaknesses as well, so yeah, it's kind of up to you. So anyways, we already have our banana farm, but that's the highest banana farm I want to get. Now I'm going to start rushing this guy with green balloons, because you know what? I'm going to get some eco out of it, and I might cause him some issues. I don't know, he's got a lightning wizard, so he probably can defend pretty reasonably easily up until level 8 without any issues. But every once in a while, you can stick a few balloons through there, or something like that. Or just cause him to build more defense than he actually needs. So well, I'm not going to go that high. I'm just going to go to 350 or something like that. Just get some extra bonuses in here. Bonus of 5. I love it. So any other tips and tricks with the wizard? Lightnings are pro. Use the lightnings a lot. I understand, and actually, surprisingly, one of the best things, a lot of people don't do this and like never actually understand why this is good. I never understood why this is good either. But if you get a bunch of 1/1 wizards instead of going for a bunch of lightning wizards, oftentimes they're more efficient. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get a 3/0 boomerang. We're going to go boom, 1, 2, and 3. And that's our group pop and power tower. And now we're just going to get our wizard up to lightning. Or not lightning, up to camo detection. And we're going to get another wizard up to camo detection. So let's get one more wizard over here. We need one more camo detection wizard to make sure we can pop all the camos that he might send it against us. And we're going to get ready to get one more lightning. And usually at this point, guess what? You can either rush the guy to kill him, or you can try and get a really, really good defense out of this stuff. So we're going to get our second lightning really quick, just to make sure nothing's going to kill us. This is like not the perfect defense, but if we use battle energy, I really cannot think of anything that he could rush us with to completely annihilate us, except for maybe a crazy, like, $6,000 grouped camo regrow rainbow rush. Like, that's the only thing, man. So this guy's actually going to go for a cannon as his group pop power, which is actually a pretty reasonably smart thing to do. But sadly, he's got one weakness, and that is his Dartling gun. So guess what? With his regrow zebras, we might be able to take this guy down, especially if he uses the battle energy. We'll just do a secondary rush with our money that we sell out of our farm. But this is probably going to kill him. Whoa! He did not use the battle energy. He surprisingly has survived. That is crazy, man. Alright. So, I'm going to do another rush. We're going to do another pretty big zebra rush. And then I'm going to follow up with an even bigger regrow rainbow zebra rush. Oh, snapper doodles. I think we're going to take him down with this thing now. Oh, he's losing lives. Down to 50, 35. He's still not using his battle energy. I don't know what the deal is, but I guess we'll just go for a full-out regrow rainbow zebra rush. Or, rainbow zebra. Full-on regrow rainbow rush. And that will take Lord Sarbase. Sarbase, it didn't take him down? Are you kidding me? Oh man, we're gonna have a big problem here. We need to do a mob rush. I cannot believe he survived that thing. That's ridiculous. Actually, we're actually having a pretty hard time right here. I mean, as you can tell, we're gonna survive. If he defends this mob, though, we're in for a world of hurt. But there's no way And there's no way he's going to take down this bot. And we will take down Lord Starbase. Alright, that's actually a pretty intense game right there. I thought we were going to take him down with those Rainbows or Rico Zebras like 20 times. But we just didn't. So if you guys learned some tips and tricks during this video, I'd really appreciate it if you press the like button for me. If you really don't like this series, I'm sorry. If there's anything you can think of that can make it a little bit better, I'd really appreciate that. It's more me just talking about the towers and when I would use it and how I would use it and a lot of other random things, and also some pretty good combos to use it with. I'm hopefully going to do this with almost every tower, if not every tower, eventually. You know, give me some time for this. But that's all I have for you guys today. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a super duper delicious day.